Well, one of the most successful recent promotions we've done the big week, which gave a huge increase to the overall region sales and activity, was a promotion that we called High Low. Basically, the distributors had to, on a daily basis, go out and increase their overall sales for the week. And they could do that by picking up catalogues, they could do it by getting additional orders from family and friends, or they could get it any way they liked, but they had to increase the sales from one day to the next. When they'd actually increased the sales, they then had to phone either Samantha or myself on that day, because they got one guess per day, and what they had to guess was the value of a prize pack that we had put together. What the distributors hadn't realised at the start of the week, that the prize pack was actually worth between £350 and £400 and was therefore worth winning. As the week progressed, more and more distributors realised that the prize pack was worth winning, and instead of working normally the 3 or 4 days that they worked, they continued to work 5, 6 and in some cases 7 days over that week, and some of them actually went out maybe 2 or 3 times a day. Local coordinators within their areas were offering additional incentives over and above what we had put on with as a region.
Big weeks are hard work. However, if you can bring the fun element into a big week, distributors enjoy it far more. The fun is important. You have to use your imagination and come up with a promotion that is really going to grab their attention. This one really worked for us.
With the region that we deal with, we have quite a high number of high-rise flats, tenement flats, which are extremely difficult normally to get the brochures back from, and we're going to use the posters. The good thing about the poster, obviously, is every person who lives within the high-rise flat is actually seeing the advert, which we have for part-time or full-time vacancies within their area, despite the fact that they're getting a catalogue that day and actually seeing the products. It's also letting them know that we need people in their area.
During big weeks, the idea is to get as many catalogues through as many doors as possible. So quite often you have to get into areas that are vacant where there is no current distributor working. In that case, it gives you a fantastic opportunity to get the catalogues through the doors, but also with recruitment leaflets, because you never know, you may pick up a few distributors on your way.
Most important things in regard to a big week are the planning. It's not something you can do the day before. It takes weeks of preparation, a great deal of thought, because you need to try and do a promotion or incentives that appeal to as many of your team as possible. It's got to be fun, it's got to be interesting, and it's got to have the overall purpose of increasing the sales and the earnings within the region for everyone.
There's a North versus the South Big Week Challenge.
Now that's funny. The South doing a big week. Who would have thought it?
I know, because I mean, they're made of sugar into the milk every time it's raining.
To get a successful big week, the first thing we have to do is plan. We must plan ahead. It's no good planning with a week to go or a few days to go. You've got to plan weeks and weeks ahead. Coverage, that's my baby, coverage. You know, people in this trade can talk about pounds per thousand, and that's massively important. They talk about recruitment, which is massively important. The bottom line, any big week or any growing week is all to do with coverage. It's the amount of catalogues we put out per area that we get the coverage up to a reasonable level, then we get the sales. The nice thing is, from my point of view, we get so many people then stay with us, and so we get growth going forward. The best ways of getting coverage up is obviously activity. We like to get people back into the fold, people who've left us and come back. As far as I can see, the only way we can do it is to make sure we get more books out, and to get more books out you need bodies, and you need to pay them properly, you need to look after them properly, and hopefully we can instill in them that the Better Wear is a good little job, and we keep them on board. I set a 3-week target for my coordinators, and their reward was that if they met the target over 3 weeks that I'd set them, and it was an achievable target, I personally would go and put out 1,000 catalogues for each one that beat their target, and I would pick them up and I would backsweep them properly, and I'd do the orders properly, and I would deliver the goods. And in essence, I had 11 coordinators at the time, and I was praying that all 11 wouldn't do it because I'd have no legs left. As it happened, three beat the target, and I actually put out 3,000 catalogues. And if I remember right, each coordinator earned over £400 extra wages by the time I'd finished. Basically, you haven't got a chance up in the north because we're just so much better, you know. We know what we're doing, we speak English, and we will do the job. It's as simple as that. And if my team are listening to this, please don't let me down. Okay.
You step up your recruitment to start with. You make sure you get out and get as many leads chased, even if they're only going to work for you for 1 week only. It doesn't matter. You get them on board and you get as many people trained and out and about delivering the catalogues as much as possible and as quickly as possible. Combination of different things. Plan your catalogues, get extra catalogues out. Ask your distributors to put out an extra 50 catalogues maybe the week before, but hold back the sales. Say if you do your pick up on a Thursday morning and don't normally do, hold it back. Then obviously put out an extra 50, 100 catalogues per distributor. The week of Big Week, extra sales. Reorders, a definite must. Get them to do them on the previous week's sales and obviously on Big Week itself, get them to do them then. Get your family involved, like I say. Ask them in advance if they can help. It might be that they do shift work and they're going to not be on a night shift or something like that week. They're more than willing to come out. Or ask them to take catalogues into work. They'll be able to get you quite a few £100 worth of orders there, no doubt. Offer them the discount and maybe an extra tenner for the trouble of doing it. Brownies, scouts, every possible child thing that your children do, get them out and about and pass the box to them. Holiday callbacks, as I call them. The ones that weren't in the previous week, go back to them. They could have been on holiday. They might have a big order waiting for you. I've been a region now since February, but back when I was a coordinator, we used to put incentives on for the distributors. It could be gift vouchers or vouchers for the cinema or vouchers for the children to go shopping, things like that. Anything that'll turn them on, basically. We also go out and help them. So if you've got a distributor that normally works full time and they can do extra catalogues but they're not sure if they can pick them up, then go out, offer to help pick them up. It helps. Target your distributors. Ask your region for the distributors' total sales since they started or since the beginning of the year. Work out what the weekly average is and then add on 30%. If you add on 30% and they hit the target, you can pay them an extra 3% commission. So it's an extra 20% and then a 3%. So the 3% is coming out of your wages. If you think they can do a bit more, then stick on 50% and then pay them an extra 5%. And it works out brilliant. You'd be amazed what people will do for an extra 25 quid. If you are going to target your distributors, make sure that they hit their average weekly sales the week before the big week and the week after, because there's nothing worse than holding 200 quid's worth back of the normal average sales so they can hit the target and you're having a rubbish week the week before and the week after. So do make sure they hit the average order value and keep an eye on your returns as well. We normally say no more than 7% on the total value of their order and then they can have the extra commission, and it usually does work. There's going to be an handout at the end of the day. It's going to go through basically everything that I've done this time for a region, which helped my sales almost double a few weeks ago. All you need to do is get organised. We're cutting it a bit short now, but you can do it because you just need to get off your bum and get out there and show you can do it. Good luck, everyone. Hello, you Southern Softies. Big Week challenge? There's going to be no challenge. We'll do all the hard work for you. You just stay sat on your bum. Us Northerners are hard and we know how to work hard. Even our dogs are hard. Good luck, you're going to need it.
Cymru am byth, everyone. My region holds the company Big Week records for the highest sales achieved in any 1 week. £90,000 gross, which was £200 per thousand and achieved with just 9 team members. We achieved this by careful planning, sheer hard work and determination of all the coordinators and distributors. So how did we do it? There are numerous things that you have to take on board to run a successful Big Week, but I've just taken out 5 points which I think are really important. The first one, it has to be planned at least 6 weeks in advance. You decide the goal you want to aim for and set the targets accordingly. The second point, at least 4 weeks before, I send out a special newsletter to all the distributors offering my own incentives. Obviously, my coordinators offer their own distributors' incentives also. The third point I'd like to make is recruitment. You will never ever achieve the sales targets on Big Week unless you recruit as many people as possible. Whether it's run extra advertising campaigns, bring on family and friends to work just 1 week, contact past distributors and ask them to come back. You need the people on board. The fourth point is contact with your distributors. It's absolutely vital that you contact each distributor every day to make sure that they are coping with the week, motivate them and encourage them to go on.
As Jackie said, in order to run a good promotional week, you must put on incentives. It's great for us that she actually puts an incentive on for us and for our distributors. But we have to support that, or you won't get the sales out of your team without placing your own incentive. We've tried lots of different things, but at the end of the day, I must say that cash is the best incentive. It can be extra commission, it can be a lump sum as an extra top prize for the one that performs the best, but we have to put something on. My tip to you is that you will not get a successful promotion week without offering an incentive.
The last point is obviously once the Big Week is over, everybody's done their best. Make sure you thank them, make a fuss of them and reward them. You might just want the same thing off them again. Now I told you we hold the record and we are still going to hold the record in week 39 because there's no one in the north that's going to beat us.